Okay, hey, we're live, everybody. It's time for Tangle Tower. It's a game I don't know very much about, other than that it's a mystery game, and it's apparently like the third in a series or something. The beginning. Tangle Tower. Mid-afternoon. I know basically nothing about this. I think it's it's either a visual novel or point and click. Lake's Edge.
Rocks,
Fascinating.
aren't they?
Yeah. Bird.
It's a bird bath. Is that just rainwater? Looks a little weird.
The birds seem to like it.
They're even singing a little tune. Doot, 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 doot.
Please don't do that.
No, sing it.
It's a bird
Is that
bath.
just birds?
They're even doot, doot.
Please don't
I
do
wasn't
that.
expecting voice acting in this game, I'll be
I
honest.
tied the boat up to the mooring post, so it'll stay put. For now. Probably.
Loving the confidence.
That's a good expression. Anyway, I guess I'll talk to you. What's up?
You ready, Sally?
Grimoire, I've been standing here for 7.5 minutes.
Just checking.
Do you have the map?
Yeah, but it's basically blank. Did you read the case file? What do you think?
I'm not sure yet. It's really not a lot to go on. Did you read it?
Yeah, I'll read it on the way to the crime scene.
Okay. Case file. Murder victim Freya Fellow, 19, died whilst painting a portrait of Flora Fellow, 58. Location Flora's tower. Flora was present as she was posing for a portrait. Freya Fellow was found lying on her back with a single stab wound on her chest. I would say in her chest, but no weapon was found at the scene, but the subject of Freya's unfinished painting is holding a knife. The red color on the tip of the knife is not paint, it was discovered to be blood. A small painting on a scrap of paper, a few notes are written in the back. Nowadays it goes by Tangle Tower, but it's actually a pair of towers connected by a mansion at the base. It is surrounded by a circular lake. The water is an unusual mix of colors. The lake is enclosed by sheer pale cliffs. They're too steep and smooth to climb. Tangle Tower is currently home to both the Fellow family and the Pointer family. Okay. And map. Oh, there's no map. There's no map on this map. Water.
That's a big lake.
It's kind of purple. Looks poisonous.
I think it's just water.
Yeah, water with poison in it.
Poison water. Durr.
It's just an archway, but it seems a little ominous.
Yeah, a little
like
bit.
walking through it might give you bad luck.
Too late. It's a garden, I think. It's currently far away.
We could walk closer to it.
Ready when you are.
Alright, I guess we go to the map to go to the garden, probably. Gardens. Egg.
It's a stone carving. Wonder how it got cracked.
I think it's supposed to look like that. It's an egg.
Egg. Mushrooms.
This is some garden.
Do the plants all look a little strange to you?
Big eagle.
What animal is that?
Hawk, bear, lizard.
Right.
A
of
hawk
course.
bear lizard. My god.
A hawk bear lizard.
What the fuck is that thing?
Spooky. What do you think it's for?
I think it's to scare away detectives.
Is it working?
No.
I don't
It's a
believe you.
statue of some hideous, scaly, bipedal fish monster
Playing a harp.
playing a harp. Hang on a second.
Look closer. Oh, what the fuck?
This isn't just a regular statue, is it?
Something tells me we're not gonna solve this just yet.
No, probably not. We need more. We need more clues than we
Let's
have, which
come
is
back
none.
later. It must do something.
You'd hope so, wouldn't you?
Harp statue, an old weathered statue of an amphibious creature holding a large harp. Symbols are engraved on each of the harp's 4 column segments. So is this on my clues? Okay, so I've got a clues tab and a persons tab. Freya Fellow, she is dead, I believe.
It's a bandstand.
Bit small for a bandstand.
It's a one-man bandstand.
Okay. Nothing else jumps out at me in this clicky place. I mean, I guess I didn't click on the water. It's rippling here. That's weird.
And it's full of the same weird water that was in the lake.
Any fish in there?
Not a single one. Although there is something in there.
It's a cassette tape. Or it used to be.
Weird. Damaged tape. The cassette has been damaged by water. The ink on the label is blurred and illegible. Can I use this to look closer? I can. Okay, that was the only big ripple I saw. There's some smaller ripples here, but other than that, I don't think there's anything here. Let's move along. This is, I assume, the front door or something. Main entrance. The Tangle Tower.
Oh.
What?
Oh. There's an O on the floor.
Oh, yeah. Tangle Tower.
Twir.
We'll fix
Oh.
it.
What?
Oh.
Tangle.
Twir.
Twir.
Little
Bird cages? Oh,
How do
bird
you
feeder.
know they're for birds?
What else would they be for?
Do you think he'll start to move if we try to go inside?
No, I think he'll just silently judge us.
What is that?
A path leading towards the stone square.
No, not that. The
A
fucking...
path leading towards the stone square.
Well, there's a letter.
Is that an envelope?
It's been opened, but the letter's still in there. Let's read it.
Isn't that an invasion of someone's privacy?
We're detectives. We can do whatever we want.
Definitely.
We can do whatever we want. We're detectives. An envelope has been ripped open. There's a single piece of paper inside. The combination is drawn on the other sheet. Once you've memorized it, destroy it. I do not agree with your reasons. You will not find it down there. Well, can I flip it? Oh, on the other sheet. There must be another sheet that I don't have. Odd. Okay, anything else that jumps out at me here? I mean, this shape is weird, but it's not letting me click on it, so it must be nothing.
Should we ring the doorbell?
Why would we not? It's a little melody.
That's fun.
Little bird.
How do you know they're for birds?
Bird feeders.
It's red, but it's just red.
Cool.
Don't think it's locked.
Oh, that means we can just walk straight in, right?
I'm pretty sure that's the rule, yeah.
I mean, we shouldn't probably, but we can, I guess. Let's try to find some other people around here so that we can figure out what's up. All I know so far is that someone's been murdered. Plant.
Sally, check those plants for clues.
Is soil a clue?
Is it?
Sally, check those.
Is soil a clue?
F.
A big letter F.
Of course. Who doesn't hang a giant banner of their initial in the lobby of their mansion?
Oh, and this one's a P.
This one has a big P.
That's probably important.
How very P-ceptive of you.
What is that?
I think it's a family tree.
Look closer. The Remingtons. Lord Pointer and Lord Fellow. Fiona Fellow was painting a picture of... What's this third family about? That's weird. Buck Brackley is pretty good. Buck Brackley is an incredible name.
Emily Everstone. Do you think she still lives here? Lord Fellow.
Looks like he was married twice.
Scandal.
Scandal.
Selena Stonetop.
No family line. Apparently, she just appeared out of nowhere.
Stonetop and Brackley.
Lady Fellow.
Do these people not have first names?
Lord Remington.
Lord Remington.
He sounds important. Lady Remington.
I think I have one of those in my bathroom. Lord Pointer.
This goes back a couple of generations.
Yeah.
Lady Pointer.
How do you become a lady? I want to be a lady.
Flint Fellow.
Flint Fellow.
A purebred fellow, if there ever was one. Married a randomer, though.
Do you think he still lives here?
Impossible to say.
Felix Fellow. Looks like he married his way into the Remington family.
Do you think he still lives here? Percival Pointer. Married into the Remington family.
Do you think he still lives here?
A lot of, do you think he still
Buck
lives here?
What a name.
Do you think he still lives here?
Do you think he still lives here? Okay, I'm not gonna bother clicking on the rest of those.
Finally.
It's not that
Don't
spooky.
ruin this.
Yeah. Is that family tree in my clues? Nope. Okay, I guess I'll just have to refer back to that later. What the fuck is going on over there?
Glass tube filled with water.
There are weeds in there. And sand.
It's an aquarium?
Could be. Except there's nothing living in it anymore.
You don't know that something died in there. It is weird that there's no fish. I'll give you that. Oh my god, holy shit. Oh, we're supposed to go up here. Okay, I see. This is the crime scene, I assume. Flora's Tower. Yeah, I'll talk to you
Let's
first.
take a look at that painting first.
Okay.
There it is. The unfinished portrait of Flora Fellow.
So, what? Freya was killed halfway through painting it?
Looks that way.
I'm all guy. Incriminating. Freya was unable to finish the painting as she died sometime during the process. Flora appears to be wielding a knife. The red substance on the tip was discovered to be blood. Odd. I haven't really discovered anything yet.
All of Freya's paintings are this creepy. Maybe it's just because she never got to finish it.
Watching the Game Awards? I am not. I'll watch it later. I got home partway through it and I wanted to stream, and I didn't want to stream the Game Awards, so. Tangle Tower. Boko's streaming it though, I think. So I'll watch it later. So this is like an indie mystery game that I don't know anything about. It's apparently like the third in a series technically, but it's a standalone thing, so I'm not worried about it. There was a 19-year-old girl was murdered while painting her grandmother, and the painting of her grandmother has a knife in it, and the tip of the knife is painted with blood.
There's something wrong with the crime scene, and something really weird about the murder weapon.
We didn't find a murder weapon.
Think. It's completely covered in the floor. Something very strange about how the floor was quote. Flora Fellow is holding, well, Flora's portrait is holding a knife tipped with blood. But it was removed from the scene?
Flora's portrait is holding a knife tipped with blood, but it was removed from the scene. Almost. Maybe just...
Okay. Because Freya put it there?
Flora's portrait is holding a knife.
I mean, she would have had to, right?
blood,
Because she painted it.
Freya put it there. Almost.
Alright. Because Freya was going to eat it because it stabbed Freya.
Flora's portrait is holding a knife tipped with blood because it stabbed Freya.
That doesn't make any sense.
What?
Weird, huh?
You think Freya was stabbed by a painting, not by the woman from the painting.
No, of course
By
not.
the painting itself.
That's very long.
Freya was standing right up by the canvas when she was killed. There's blood on the knife. It's the murder weapon.
Right.
What?
But it's
No,
not actually
it's not a real knife, dog. It's a
Can't
painting of a
stab.
knife.
See any other knives around here?
No,
Case?
that means it was
The case is
removed
not
from the
closed.
scene,
And even if you
dumbass.
were right, where does that leave us? A painting can't be a murder suspect.
Sure it can. Tangle Tower. An unfinished painting. Cool. The music is pretty fun. I like it. Began investigating. Freya's Tower. They gave Sally some hips. Yeah, no kidding. Egg.
Is that an egg? An egg with bird feet.
It's also covered in gemstones. What a completely ordinary object.
Look at it. Oh
I think
no.
it's a container for something.
Those gems look like they come off.
Okay, well. Rotate the egg to see a clue on the back. What the fuck? This clue sucks! This clue is bad! Hold on, okay, hold on, wait. Oh, is it rotated? It doesn't look like it's actually... Okay, wait. What the fuck? Okay, is this flipped? It's hard to say. Okay, let's just start from the top, shall we? Or start from the top shape. So I think this has to be here. And this should be a green one. Okay, what's this one? This goes all the way down and across. So those ones need to both be this pink guy. Okay, maybe? Jesus Christ. They gave me such a puzzle already. Okay, these two yellow ones need to be purple on the short side, blue on the long side. Purple on the short, blue on the long. So all 4 of these should be right now. What is this fucking shape? Okay, short nub is green, long nub is yellow. So the short nub is green, long nub is yellow. That's accurate. If I catch the next 3 streams, I get 450 channel points. This really drives up my engagement. Fuck yeah, dude. Gotta get those numbers. What is this?
Nope.
Did you check the clue? I'm pretty sure it explains where to put each of the gems.
Okay, yeah, I'm working on it, okay? Alright, so that one I did. This one I've not done. So what's that shape? Okay, purple on the short, yellow on the long. Purple on the short, yellow on the long.
I guess that's
The
wrong.
deal must mean something.
I'm getting there, okay. And then those were pink and pink, that was accurate. Yellow, purple. Right? Is this not all correct now? Oh wait, this shape might be wrong. Longer side is red. Ah. Booyah!
That's the one.
Hey, not bad.
Hope you don't mind I'm unlocking this,
Did
lady.
it unlock? What's in there?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Well, I'm not leaving without a clue. An empty egg is a clue, right?
Could be. Once unlocked, the egg can be opened. It's currently empty. The lining of the egg is soft, velvet-like material. The egg is supported by a stand made of brass. It rests on 3 strange feet with pointed claws. Sounds like a clue to me. Gramophone.
Is that a gramophone?
I think so. Except it's got a tape deck instead of a turntable.
What?
It's also got a big crack down the middle.
What? Oh. It plays cassette tapes instead of vinyl records. It's pointed towards the middle of the room. There's a noticeable crack running through it, all the way from the horn down through the tape deck. That music is ominous
What
as
about the
fuck.
cassette tape?
Yeah, it sure is. Pink.
To Freya. Cassette tape has a crack down the middle. There's a handwritten message on the label. To Freya. It's got hearts on it.
Do you think it still works?
The gramophone? We could give it a go.
Let's leave it alone for now.
Supposedly, Freya was working on the painting when she was killed. Looks like she was still holding her paintbrush and palette when she fell.
Didn't even get a chance to clean her brush.
Yeah, that is weird. Palette has a variety of paints loaded onto it. The largest is a blob of black in the middle. The paintbrush is still covered with dried red paint. Well, didn't they find that the paint on the painting was blood? So the paint on the tower could be... Yeah? You get it. Hey, lady, what's up?
Flora... fellow?
Yes.
Hey, sorry to barge in. I'm sure you're still in some distress.
We need to ask you a few questions, I'm afraid.
Did you witness the murder, Flora?
Are you gonna talk?
Nothing. What do we do?
Not sure. She's entitled to her silence, I suppose.
We're not cops.
For now.
She's not gonna talk to us. I don't know if I would. I don't know why I should bother
Is
with
there
this.
anything you'd like to tell us, Flora?
No.
I don't really know anything about you at all.
I think that's the way she likes it. We'll just have to ask other people about her.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. Where
Freya
were
was
you
painting your
yesterday?
portrait yesterday. Is that right?
Hmm.
Was this something you had planned with her ahead of time?
Was there something special about yesterday?
Did
Serious
you
girl, goofy
talk
guy
to
dynamic.
Freya
No, I
at all
love it.
While she was painting you?
Hmm.
She's not going to answer us, is she?
No.
Nope.
I thought
But
it
at
was
least we
pretty
can say you
clear.
tried.
That was pretty clear, wasn't it? Statement.
Flora, you were definitely in the room at the time of the murder. Surely you must have seen something? Can you tell me anything about what happened to Freya? She's acting pretty suspicious if you ask me.
I don't know. Maybe she really doesn't know anything.
How is that possible?
Alright, well, cool. Fucking. Why is there an eyeball in
We're
the
at
sand?
the top of the tower, right?
I think so. Why?
Doesn't matter. It's nothing.
There's definitely an above this tower based on that fucking
The whole room has a strange feeling about it.
comment.
Yeah, there might be a reason for that.
Is the murder.
The outline of Freya Fellow. Looks like she fell onto her back. There's a single patch of blood, right in the middle. No real signs of a struggle.
That's weird.
What?
Her feet were right up by the canvas,
So?
so she was probably standing really
So
close
how'd
to
she
the
get
canvas
stabbed
when
in the
she fell.
chest?
Let's check the case file again.
How'd she get stabbed in the chest then? Yeah, that's a great question, actually. That's weird.
The outline. There's a single. No.
That's weird.
What?
Her feet were right
So?
up, so she was
Let's
probably...
check the case file again.
Yeah, the case file. Yeah, she was stabbed. If she was stabbed in the chest, how in the fuck? Why isn't there any blood in this picture? Stabbed in the chest. You're to blame. Well.
Freya's painting supplies.
Ooh, the red is there's cracked. The glass pots are all cracked down one side. Interesting. What fucking
Freya's painting supplies.
What fucking resonance happened that caused everything in here to explode?
Half the roof.
I don't know if you can call it an open window. It's more like the sudden absence of wall.
I mean, semantics, I suppose. All right, well, let's keep looking around then. Can I just go into all these rooms? That feels like I shouldn't be allowed to do that. Stone Square. A bench.
There's a metal plaque on the bench.
Is there a message engraved on it?
I think there was at one point, but someone scratched it off.
Wow, that's not helpful to me at all.
Is that a clock?
If it is, it's a clock with 4 faces.
I want to look at it.
I'm guessing it doesn't tell the time.
So what does it do?
Well, this is a puzzle that I don't have the answer to yet. Get the dials until all 4 hands are... Oh, no, really? Okay, so I'm guessing this one is 3. 3, 9, 2, 6, probably. Oh no, oh no, how am I supposed to do this? This is a 9, clearly. Oh no, wait, this is 12. Okay, so these 2 I need to switch. Ah? God damn it, I've got 6 and 9 backwards. Okay, hold on. Okay, so we go here. God, we need that to be like a quarter is the problem. 12, 3, 6, 9. Oh God, I'm terrible at these kinds of puzzles. Is this the 6? This is the 9, I think. Oh no, this is the 6, and this is the 9. Ah?
Nope.
Oh.
So moving any of the hands turns it's like cogs on a machine.
No, I get that. 3, 9, 12, 6. This isn't the 6. This isn't at the 6 position. That's the problem. I see. I understand what the problem is, yes. that causes a problem there, though, is the thing. Okay. So if I do... I need to go that way for that one. Right. Oh, I see. It makes the shape of the correct one. Got it. So I need to go here. And then here. Okay. Ah!
I got it.
Yeah!
I'm impressed.
Puzzle solved.
What's in the box?
A little tool thing? Looks like a telescope, but I'm not actually sure what it is.
Looks like a telescope. A small brass tool with a curved glass lens. It has a screw at the base. Ah, it's a sniper scope. Just did that right in front of this guy, by the way.
It's a big stone dais.
Biggest one I've ever seen. First one, too.
What's your deal? Who are you? Oh, hello.
Whoa. Nice cape.
You're not fellows or pointers. I'm sure I shall immediately regret asking. But who are you, and what is your business here?
Okay.
I'm Sally, and this is my sidekick, Grimoire.
A private detective, Grimoire.
Really? You're a detective. If this is a joke, it's not a good one.
Who are you, anyway?
Private Detective Hawkshaw.
Oh, no.
Nice. Hawkshaw's a cooler name than Grimoire.
I don't know.
Can't
Grimoire's
give
pretty
her
good.
Sidekick.
You're not on the Freya Fellow case, too, are you?
Who was that model guy? Who won Game of the Year? Was it Baldur's Gate? If it was Baldur's Gate or Tears of the Kingdom, I'm not necessarily surprised by those. If it was something else, I'm also not surprised, but I am disappointed. Baldur's Gate? Okay, yeah, that doesn't surprise me. That game kicks ass.
That is classified information between myself and my client.
Okay.
Clearly, this is something which eludes you. But a real detective refrains from handing out informations to persons unknown.
Oh, right.
Now, if you would, I have work to do.
Okay.
It's not in my interest to discuss personal details.
Even if you're one of the suspects in a murder?
Very well. Let us make a small exception.
Thanks.
Ask.
Oh, what are you doing here?
I'm on a case at the behest of my client.
No,
How
I
long
got
have
that.
you been at Tangle Tower?
133 hours. 5.5 days.
Thank you. I was about to have to do that math
I
myself.
am not at liberty to answer that. Now, I shall permit you one more question.
What crime are you...
How'd you get that scar? It's cool.
You really think so?
Lesbian spotted.
As it happens, I completed an examination of Flora's room on the morning before the murder. I've been investigating every single room at Tangle Tower. Hers was one of the last on my list.
Did you find anything unusual?
Nothing but a thin layer of dust and an atmosphere of somber melancholy.
Was Flora in there at the time?
She spent the duration of my search staring up at the sky. Out the open window.
Weird.
Didn't say a word. Although I'm told this is the expected behavior.
What did you do after that?
I spent the early evening searching the library. It took longer than it should have. Fiona leaves that room in a permanent state of disarray.
Fiona was in the library, too?
I expected her to make an appearance, but she did not.
And
Oh.
you stayed in the library the rest of the day?
Not
These
quite.
multiple choice. Yeah, that game kicks ass.
Towards the early evening, my examination of the library was unexpectedly disrupted. Sounds of running, wailing, shouting from several floors above. I vacated the library, but before I could begin my ascent, Professor Pointer appeared. He emerged from the Pointer staircase,
Oh, I hate him.
crossed the hall, and begun up the fellow staircase. Our eyes met. He was breathless. Something had caused him great alarm.
Oh, he might have
Told
been
me
able to
to
see her
stay
from
out of the
see
way.
what's her face
I
from the open
consented.
fucking
I
window.
decided to return to my office in the stone square. As I was passing through the front door, Penelope called out from behind me.
Penelope
She was
Pointer.
clutching the banister of the Pointer staircase with an apprehensive manner. She wished to know where Professor Pointer had gone. I told her what had transpired. Then, she too crossed the hall and disappeared up the fellow staircase.
Okay.
More so than at any moment prior, I felt like quite an intruder in the house. I took my leave. out towards the stone square.
I don't know, Mall Guy. There were a lot of big ones. They were just really late in the year, I feel like. Like, Tears of the Kingdom and Baldur's Gate 3 were both fucking, like, huge releases.
The grounds were silent. There were no signs of human life.
I feel like there are probably less games than I did play this year. Oh, wait, Ghost Trick came out this year. But that was a remake. But that game ruled. What else came out this year that I played? I actually don't remember what all I really played this year, I'll be honest. I'm gonna check my shelf behind me, but I don't think that's actually gonna help me.
I noted that he, too,
Did
was being
Pokemon come out
tangled
this
in
year, or
what
was that last year?
transpiring in
That was
Tangle
last year,
Tower.
right?
An unremarkable hour passed before the gardener finally made his appearance. He spoke to me of what had occurred. His report was as clumsy and cumbersome as the man giving it.
Did he seem upset?
He was rattled, that much was clear, but sorrowful, mournful, I cannot say.
Okay, cool, thanks.
Quite the stoic statue, isn't she? I can only dream of being as cold and indifferent as Flora Fellow.
You think she's hiding something?
Perhaps. She has some strange habits. I heard she barely sleeps, an hour here or there, sporadically. Spends the rest of her time staring up at the sky.
Odd.
Freya Fellow is of great interest to me. I perceived her to be the most intelligent individual here at Tangle Tower. Within a
Unfortunate that
day,
she fucking
She had
died.
identified for whom I was working and for what I was searching. I didn't know how she did it. I was impressed. I regret that I did not question her more thoroughly when I had the opportunity.
You couldn't have known she was about to be killed, though.
I have only myself to blame for failing to perceive the signs.
What signs?
I do not wish to do your job for you, Detective.
Oh, come on. But what if you did, though?
314 cases solved.
It's quite a few.
300?
And 14.
And 14.
314
What
cases
the fuck was
solved.
that?
300?
And
That
14.
read of 300 is killing me. What's this
This
lens?
belongs to you, Hawkshaw?
Correct.
And,
What is it?
It's my handheld microscope for up-close investigation work.
Oh.
What do you magnify with it?
Trace particles, dust, oils, clothing fibers.
have you used it here at Tangle Tower?
I have. I used it to examine the greenhouse only 2 days ago.
What were you looking for?
That
Your
is
mom.
between myself and my client.
I imagine you don't have a lot to say about most of this shit. I mean, I could just click on everything, but I don't think that actually helps me at the moment.
A wooden trunk that opens up into a full desk.
I want one.
Me too, man. I don't even know what I'd do with that. The garden. Greenhouse. A bug.
That's a handsome beetle. Looks like he might have magic powers.
Pear.
This one's in a little pot.
Okay, that is definitely not edible.
It looks like a gemstone, don't you think?
Potted fruit. Potted fruit with a hard gemstone like skin. The soil in the pot is an unusual blue color. What the fuck is that?
A little chart of,
I did see the man
actually,
just
I have no
now.
idea what it's about.
I mean, look, I gotta go. Gotta go. Oh, these are symbols.
Kind of reminds me of a periodic table.
Yeah, those sure are some fucking symbols.
What do you make of it?
Not a whole lot.
Can we put it in our evidence? I would like it in my evidence. Hello.
Sally, don't move. We're being...
Yeah, I see him.
He's so
He's
big.
a little too big to hide in the bushes. Is anyone going to say anything? Or shall we just stand around staring at each other?
Right, sorry.
Sorry.
That's better. I'm Sally.
You were screaming.
And the guy hiding behind me is Detective Grimoire. Who are you?
Fitz Fellow, the gardener.
Hello, Fitz.
And why are you so tall?
What do you mean, why are you so tall? What kind of question is that?
You work here as the gardener.
I don't get paid to do it. It's just my area of interest.
What's the deal with the plants? They're all kinda weird.
Right. Did you see the lake?
That
Yep.
giant green and purple lake surrounding the entire house? Yeah, I clocked it.
The color is just
He's
a
from Samoa.
byproduct.
Of what? Poison?
It's not poisonous. Not to you.
What's this got to do with the plants?
The water controls all life, just like anywhere else on the planet. Clouds form, rain falls. The water grows the plants, animals eat the plants. Anything you've perceived as an irregularity is simply a result of this hydrological cycle.
Could you say that again, but like condense it as if you were talking to a slightly stupid person?
Our lake water causes the unpredictable alteration of DNA, sometimes.
Alteration? Like mutation?
That'd be the official term. For us, it's normal. Just
Mhm.
nature.
And you're the local expert on all this stuff?
No, I'm just the gardener.
Weird. Where were you
I was in
yesterday?
my greenhouse, watering and weeding.
Sounds exciting.
Was anyone else around?
Not at first. Penelope came in a little later. She likes looking at the flowers, I think.
Did you speak to each other?
A little, not too much. We both left the greenhouse in the early afternoon. I went up to my room. Then I came back outside to weed the main gardens. Didn't see anyone else. After that, I went up to the garden outside my room.
And
Let me guess. Watering and weeding.
Right.
did
Yeah, well,
anything
he's a
happen
fucking
to you
gardener,
yesterday,
man.
Fitz?
Statement.
I was up in the rooftop garden. It was quiet. And then, it wasn't. I can't describe it. Could have been a scream, but it didn't sound human.
Weird.
We thought it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up there.
We?
Poppy was with me. Did I not mention that?
You didn't?
Flora's room was locked. That's normal. She usually locks it from the inside. I knocked on the door and shouted. Nobody responded. We became concerned.
You kicked the door down?
I did. Poppy and I went
I
in.
used my big
Freya
body.
was right there, laying on her back. Flora was there too, but I barely noticed her at first. Poppy left the room for a while. When she came back, she had her father with her, and Fifi too. Penelope arrived shortly after that, with Felix in tow. I thought that was odd. You don't normally see the two of them together. Felix took charge. There was nothing else I could do to help.
Okay.
I wanted to go back to my room, but I realized nobody had told Detective Hawkshaw anything.
Which
I
felt
found her
weird.
pacing back and forth around the stone square. When I approached her, she snapped at me. I think she was annoyed about being made to wait outside so long. But when I told her about Freya, she fell silent.
Interesting. You got any, what can you tell me about, this fruit?
This is a good example of how things work. I mixed that soil here in the greenhouse. It's made with water from the lake.
And it makes the fruit grow all shiny and gem-stony?
Sometimes. You never really know what's going to happen.
And what do you do with this shiny and edible fruit?
Eat it.
You look at it.
Alright. Yeah, fair enough, I guess. What do you have to say about
I
Flora?
like Flora. I hope she's all right.
Do you think she had anything to do with the murder?
There's no way. She wouldn't willingly cause any additional suffering.
Additional
anyone.
suffering.
Have you met this guy, Fitz? Shifty eyes, doesn't say a lot. Totally suspicious, if you ask me.
Wow.
That's me.
Rude.
Yeah, it was a joke. I was joking.
Oh, I see.
It wasn't very funny.
She was always kind to me. She'd come into the greenhouse when I was working, sometimes by herself, sometimes with Poppy. I think they were just bored at first. Eventually, they started asking questions.
About what?
Poppy wanted to learn about flowers. Freya, she used to ask me about the insects.
Insects?
Why? Gross.
One of my jobs is to protect plants from things that might eat them. Freya brought me this little glass box, leaves and twigs inside. She'd say, put all the troublemakers in there. Every day I'd put a handful of beetles and other things in the box. Then she'd come along and take it away.
Why?
I didn't really understand her.
What the
But she
fuck?
was always kind.
Where's she keeping all these bugs?
She questioned me.
About what?
My work, the plants, bit of everything.
Did she search the greenhouse?
No, she didn't.
You sure?
She said she
Maybe
did.
She did it when you weren't in there.
No, she hasn't touched it.
How can you tell?
Trust me, I can tell.
Weird. But then it's also weird because she said she didn't touch the greenhouse. And is there anything else in here that you would know about?
That
You know
looks
about
like
that?
it might belong to Poppy.
Okay, cool, thanks. I don't know what else you would even know about.
There's something off about this.
What is it?
Why don't you take another look at Flora's room?
You think we missed a clue up there?
Not exactly.
I think it's weird that the bread and the blood.
Paints are different to flowers.
I'd
That's
say so, yeah.
that's
At
true.
any time, flowers can bloom with perfect, faultless colors. Red, blue, white. With paint, once you've tainted a color by mixing it with others, not even the most skilled painter can return it to its pure form.
Weird.
How
Does it mean anything?
odd. That looks like it might belong to Poppy.
Oh, all the tapes belong to Poppy, perhaps.
Who gave you that information?
Well...
We don't actually know who it was. We were contacted anonymously.
I see.
Interesting.
And what happens if the person who contacted you turns out to be the murderer?
I never thought about that.
Honestly, that would be kind of fun. Like a twist, you know?
What do you know
Nice
about the
painting.
tower?
Gives you a pretty good idea of the layout.
The lake looks like it forms a perfect circle around the island.
It might seem strange to you, but nature is quite capable of producing perfectly geometric forms.
And
No, I know
those
that.
mountain cliff things around the outside?
We don't know much about them. They're unscalable. Not even Freya could have gone up there.
What's that?
This painting, it's speculative. There are no photographs from this angle as far as I know.
So Freya just made it up.
Let's call it an informed estimation.
Weird. You know anything about
It's
this
an
egg?
with feet.
It was locked, but we opened it. But it was empty.
Fun story.
Alright, hey, shut up.
That belongs to Poppy.
So why is it up in Flora's tower?
I'm not sure.
Weird.
What do you think that is in Flora's hand?
I don't know. It does look like a knife, but Flora wasn't holding anything at all when I saw her after the murder. But there's something bothering me. Something else.
What?
When we went into Flora's room, she wasn't standing in this position.
Well, she probably would have moved around a little bit by then.
She wasn't standing at all.
She was
She was
unconscious,
kneeling on the floor.
I think. What do you
It's
know
of
about this
no
harp?
interest to me, but I overheard Poppy and Freya talking about it once.
What were they saying?
They were arguing about something, but I can't remember the details.
Okay. I think that's all of the things I can talk to you about.
Fitz's room is unlocked. It's up in the fellow tower.
This could be interesting.
Let's go now! Oh, once you talk to somebody, it opens the room. Okay, that makes sense. Fitz's room. Wow, his room is sad.
It's a little handmade card. Someone's drawn a heart on the front. Inside it says, "To Fitz, from PP." An empty glass and an empty plate.
Looking at it is making me want to cry.
Why?
I don't know.
Doesn't look soft.
Box.
Hello.
Not hidden very well, is it?
Doesn't need to be. It's locked.
Oh,
It's a
what the
combination
fuck?
lock, sort of.
What the shit? Rearrange the base page to find the back combination for the box's padlock. What the fuck? Can I turn these or no? I can't turn them, so they should all line up together somehow, I guess, right? Okay. I mean, that's clearly not it. Well, some of that looks accurate. Hold on. No, that's not it. There's only so many ways that these shapes can go together from the angle that we're at. Like that? Maybe? Is this anything? Okay, wait. Are there like 4 ways this can go together or something? I don't know what this wants from me precisely. Oh, wait. This one makes more sense, I think. What color are these supposed to be? Okay, because yeah, this does look like it's gonna fit together in multiple ways, but I don't know what ways it is. Is there? Okay, yeah, that's a shape. That one's a shape. Oh, okay. So there are some of these that are only going to be these shapes. I get it. So like this, it makes this shape. So it must be that. And then this side maybe. This, like this, and like this. Okay, so which one is it here?
I did it.
Hey!
What do I win?
Not bad. Anything in there?
Yeah, it's wrapped in a cloth. Hold on. Huh, that's kind of ominous.
A metal gardening trowel with a decorative pattern. It has a decorative pattern engraved onto it and letters about either side of a heart. PPFF. Well, that's not helpful. Everybody in these 2 families have those initials. Anything else cool in here?
There's someone outside the window.
Something outside the window. It's probably just a rock.
You sure?
It could be not a rock.
Huh. Neither of these lights have an actual light bulb.
They're just decorative.
Oh, so decorative.
Weird. Hey, Fritz, your room is
wow.
terrifying.
It's a big empty space.
All right, hey, calm down. What is that?
It's locked, but it leads outside.
I thought we were halfway up a tower.
We are.
What's that thing by the handle?
I want to look at it. Let me look at it. Slide the lid open, move the tiles into the correct slots. What does this mean?
Nothing.
The tiles have all got that same...
Those moon symbols in the slots.
Maybe they're connected.
I mean, it can't be this simple, can it?
Nope.
Maybe the information
So
we
where is it?
somewhere else.
Okay, well, we don't have the...
Let's come back once we...
Yeah, I don't know what that puzzle is. That doesn't... The puzzle is unhelpful to me. Alright. I guess we could ask the detective about all the bullshit we're carrying. That might be helpful. Or the shot, certainly. Hey, what's up? I wasn't talking to you.
I'll say this, he's well suited to physical labor.
That's a nice way to put it.
Fitz spends most of his time alone in the greenhouse.
Yeah.
But I heard he's been breeding experimental flowers. In secret.
Whoa. Scandal.
I just wonder if he's getting restless.
What? What do you mean by that? I would like to ask you about all of the random bullshit I have.
This is a potential murder weapon, is it not?
I guess so.
I don't know. I don't think the murderer would leave the murder weapon just lying around.
It wasn't
I'd be
lying around.
surprised as to what people leave lying around.
To be fair, wasn't lying around, was in a locked box, did steal
The
it.
people here are surprisingly materialistic, considering how sheltered they are.
Materialistic?
Growing this fruit simply because it produces a gemstone-like material. For what possible purpose, other than financial gain?
You're speculating.
What would you do, Grimoire, if you could grow valuable stones straight from the earth?
What would I do indeed?
Paints.
Yep.
Paints.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The paint is still wet.
Yeah, well, we know Freya was in the middle of painting when she was killed.
Do you know that? How? Because you were told? I believe that was in Flora's room yesterday. But it was not cracked when I saw it last.
Cool.
A somewhat cumbersome device, and an altogether inefficient way to listen to music.
What kind of music do you like, Hawkshaw?
I like anything.
What a cop-out.
You got it open.
What the fuck
I'm
was that sound
impressed.
effect?
I managed it myself yesterday. I thought Flora might be hiding something in there.
It was empty yesterday, too.
It was. Perhaps it's always been empty.
Perhaps she just collects puzzle
Makes
boxes.
quite an impression, doesn't it? Although I can't imagine why she painted Flora wielding a knife.
You didn't see a knife anywhere in Flora's room, did you?
I did not. I conclude whatever stabbed Freya must have been brought into the room from outside. Unless, of course, it was the painting itself.
That's
Surely
what
you
I'm
don't
saying.
believe in that kind of thing.
A detective's job is to examine every avenue of thinking.
Okay, weird.
Conveniently left anonymous. It's useless until you can prove to whom it concerns. Can you do that?
No.
Not at the
No.
moment. Can you?
Where'd you dig that up?
It wasn't buried. It was underwater.
Someone trying to conceal evidence, perhaps?
Seems that way, doesn't it?
Have you deciphered the meaning of those 4 symbols on the harp?
We're working on it.
That's a no, then.
All right, calm down.
You truly consider this a case file?
What's wrong with it?
No organization, no system.
That's my style. I like seeing everything laid out at once. Yeah, it helps me think.
How quaint.
All right, hey,
Tangle
you're
Tower.
mean.
No idea why they insist on calling it that. It's not even a tower. It's little more than a pair of turrets stuck on either side of a mansion.
Have you searched the whole place?
I believe so. Why?
He wants to know if you found any secret rooms.
Huh. I'm afraid the residents of Tangle Tower are far too ordinary for anything like that.
Oh,
I was
damn.
disappointed
That's lame.
too.
All right, I questioned you about all the people, questioned you about all the stuff. I'm gonna leave now. You're mean. You're mean, and I don't like you. Anybody in here yet? All right, let's start barging into people's rooms, I guess. We'll start from this side. Library. Aha! Symbols! Probably, I assume.
It's musty in here.
What exactly does that mean? What is must?
Must. You ask such stupid questions.
Nice.
Oh, sick
It's
bird.
an illustrated book about birds.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It's been left open. Looks like somebody was halfway through reading it.
Or it was left open for us to find.
Ever so slightly unnerving.
Bird! Oh, this bird has a feather that looks kind of like a knife. Ahem. The ink dip is a remarkably intelligent bird with a very long lifespan, even amongst avian mystids. Other birds are often aggressive towards it, and the ink dip lives most of its life alone. It has a peculiar feeding habits and usually only eats the seeds of Tantum amica, pictured. Which is this thing here. It has feathers what look like a knife.
A book on the floor. Fundamental entomology.
I guess somebody dropped it. Books about geography.
Skip.
Skip.
Books about ancient history, I think.
These books are ancient history. I think they'd crumble into dust if I tried to pick them up.
Good excuse.
Thanks.
Books about insects.
Well, theoretically. There's not a single book on that shelf.
Huh.
Weird.
Books about space.
They're relatively untouched.
What the fuck is that
Is that
thing?
a snow globe?
Of sorts.
Let me look at it. It's a snow globe of Tangle Tower.
Hey, look at that. It's a model of Tangle Tower. There's the lake and those weird mountains. What are you thinking?
That would make an amazing souvenir.
Well, we can't steal it, so jot that down. Find the Tangle Tower snow globe. Hey.
What's in those bottles?
I'm not sure. Soil samples?
A chalkboard.
Is this a library or a classroom?
Look at it. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, man, please write this down so I don't have to find it a second time. I'm guessing all of this is nonsense, but this part is clearly the solution to a puzzle.
I'm not sure I learned anything from that. Books about birds.
The shelves are about half empty.
Oh, so you're a the shelves are half empty kind of person.
All right, calm down.
You knew this already.
I don't know. I like both, really, Malo Guy, to be honest. The serious girl is fun in this case because it allows the guy to be an absolute dipshit. But then you've got Ace Attorney where they're both kind of stupid, but one of them's serious and stupid. I don't know.
Books about
Both are pretty good.
nature.
All right, what's your deal? Hello.
Curious. I would expect bacteria of that nature to thrive in these conditions.
Oh,
excuse
hi,
me.
Sarah
Taking all
Ann
the
Williams. What are you
environmental
doing
factors
here?
into account, there must be something I am still missing.
May I talk to you, miss?
She knows we're here. She just doesn't care.
I am a detective, and I need to talk.
Correction. You do not need to talk to me,
Oh no? How come?
because I am not a suspect. I am
you?
completely innocent of any and all crimes.
Thanks
All
for letting me
crimes.
know.
Speaking of which, you have now been at Tangle Tower for over 23 minutes. Surely you have already reached a sturdy hypothesis.
A hypothesis about the murder?
Yeah,
About
come on,
the
Grimoire,
murder?
hurry up.
My apologies. Unfortunately, protocol dictates I must at least meet all the suspects. And that includes you. So, could you tell me your name?
Fifi Fellow, microbiologist, inventor, innovator.
Cool.
You will need to be more specific. Oneself cannot be summarized in a single response without doing one a great
Yeah, no, the
disservice.
fucking this shit
So
is
true.
really good.
Well, first of all, you're a fellow. So does that make you the daughter of...
Correct. My father and mother are named Flora and Felix, but you need not question either of them. It will only waste valuable time. Neither of them are capable of murder.
Thanks for the tip.
Fifi, you said you were a micro something or other?
Biologist. It's not that hard.
But it is an insignificant label. My studies
'cause it's
cannot
small.
be categorized in any one recognized field.
What made you want to become a scientist in the first place?
I harbor an intrinsic fascination with the microscopic. I constructed my first one at age 10.
Constructed a microscope?
Correct.
And what's that thing on your head? Did you make that too?
My eyesight began to deteriorate when I turned 12. Not satisfied with the eyeglasses prescribed to me, I designed this custom lens instead. It automatically adjusts based on the surrounding light conditions.
Does it glow red when you get angry?
No, but that would be most amusing.
It would be cool, though. It'd be cool if it did
What
that.
can you tell me about the murder?
What can you tell me about... Wait, that's what I'm supposed to ask you.
Yes, however, you were too slow.
You fancy yourself a detective too, Fifi?
Oh
I
god,
just
not another
need to
one.
know what happened.
Me too. So talk.
I knew ahead of time that Freya was going to be busy with her painting all day, so I had planned to spend the afternoon with Poppy. I was in the library all morning preparing the equipment for an experiment, only to find out that Poppy had made other plans and she was in fact planning to ignore me completely.
Wow,
Oh.
rude.
So what did you do instead?
I locked myself in my room and cried.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I don't know, it just sounds kind of sad.
It is not unusual.
Oh,
Oh no.
good.
That's also sad.
I was in my room. The lights were off and the door was locked. Someone began banging on the door. I ignored it until the someone began shouting at me. I opened the door. Poppy came into my room. Her makeup was leaking. She told me Freya was dead. I did not believe it. I thought she was playing a trick on me, so I punched her in the face.
Wow.
She insisted that we go up to Flora's tower.
Wow.
We left the room, and Poppy's father was waiting outside. He followed us upstairs. When I saw Freya lying on the floor, I was completely and utterly devastated. Then, I took a sample of the red paint on the unfinished painting.
Why?
Poppy and I took the sample back downstairs to the library. We
Why?
performed a test and found out that it was, in fact, blood.
You performed that scientific test immediately, even though you were feeling so upset?
Of course. Why would one affect the other?
It's weird.
Name, Flora Fellow.
Yes,
Age,
I know that.
44.
Wow, really?
Profession, unknown. Likes, unknown. Dislikes, unknown.
Isn't she your mother? How do you not know anything?
I believe other people may have discovered methods of reaching her, but I have little capacity for interpreting nonverbal communication.
And how long has Flora been non-verbal?
She has always been quiet, willing to speak when necessary, but not more.
So what happened to make her stop talking entirely?
She suffered a great loss, something she has been unable to move beyond.
Care to elaborate?
Name, Fiona Fellow. Age, 19. Profession, amateur microbiologist. Likes, the meaningful archiving of information. Dislikes, the superfluous window dressing accompanying the majority of human contact.
Okay.
Notes, kindly disregard the polysyllabic form of my given forename and refer to me instead as Fifi.
How come you prefer Fifi?
How come you prefer Grimoire?
It's my name.
How are you related to the other fellows?
Fitz is my cousin. His father, a man named Flint, was
Yeah,
my
this is
uncle.
very...
Was?
I do not know if
It's a
Flint
little
is
bit
alive
more
or not.
complicated than
He
Ace
left Tangle
Attorney, but it's
Tower
the
a
same
long time
kind of
ago.
thing, right? Where
And
it's
what
kind of
about
it's
Freya?
limited
How are you
animation,
related
but
to her?
We
they
share
really
exactly
make the
one
most of it.
grandparent.
the voice acting I think helps in this case
Name,
too.
Fitzfellow. Age, 24. Profession, cryptobotanist. Likes soil, dislikes electric lights.
Hang on. Cryptobotanist? I thought he was just a gardener.
That may well be his preferred label. Mine, however, is more accurate.
Do
Okay.
you and Fitz not see eye to eye, Fifi?
Yeah, you sounded
Do
kind of
not.
pissed when you
Well,
talked about him.
Not so. He's well over 6 foot, and you've got to be just barely 5.
So what's your problem?
Exactly 1 week ago, I witnessed him sneaking up Pointer Tower. He was making every effort to avoid detection.
So?
He was also carrying a knife.
A knife, you say?
Name, Hawkshaw. Age, unknown. Profession, private detective. Likes, quote, being left alone. Dislikes, quote, being constantly badgered by a weirdo nerd with a clipboard.
Wow. Rude.
Name, Freya Fellow.
I guess it's good that Hawkshaw's just like
19.
that.
Profession, artist. Deceased. Understand this. Most people find me difficult. They exhibit a noticeable degree of discomfort when talking to me.
Fair.
There it is. Freya, who had a way of being an exception to any given rule, was not at all like this. She is very important, and I will not rest until I understand what has happened to her.
Did you spend a lot of time with Freya recently?
I will say this. In the past year, Freya became 1. Increasingly independent, and 2. Increasingly isolated.
Do you know why?
I do not. If you are looking for a speculative, empathetic opinion, try asking Poppy instead.
The 3 of you are friends.
We are of a similar age, and all highly gifted. 1 scientist, 1 artist, and 1 musician.
Sounds like quite a team.
Neat. What do you have to say about all the random shit
Do
I
you know
have?
who was reading this book?
It belongs to my mother.
And she left it in the library?
No, my mother has not been in the library for some time. That blade.
It's a troll for gardening.
It is.
That blade. Yeah, the glasses on her,
The
her
blade
eyes
has
are
a unique
whack.
chemical makeup. It makes them completely pointless. Unless you wish to cut it down and sell it as a precious stone.
It's not edible.
Depends
On what?
on the structural integrity of your teeth.
Do you like... Depends. Do you like to eat
This
rocks?
belongs to Professor Pointer, does it not?
No, I don't think so.
Who else would own such a pointless little telescope?
It's a telescope.
Oh, yes. It has a telescopic lens. It could only be used for looking at things that are far away.
Why the fuck did the detective lie to us about that then?
Fifi, did you test the red paint in this pot?
Yes, I did. I discovered it too was blood, not paint.
Wow, really?
A whole pot full of blood?
Not a whole pot. It is only partially full.
Yeah, but still.
It's quite a lot of blood.
Doesn't that freak you out?
No. In fact, it may be considered rather reassuring.
Can it?
The red paint on the brush is not paint. It is blood. Same for the palette.
So Freya added the blood to the painting herself?
Or blood got on the brush and palette some other way?
I do not know the answer.
Be nice if you did.
Is she laughing?
What the fuck was that?
The gramophone belongs to Poppy, but I believe she gave it to my mother, and my mother often loaned it to Freya. Or maybe it is the other way around.
When did it get cracked?
I cannot pinpoint it exactly. All I know is that it must have happened sometime in the last 2 days. That belongs to my mother. I think she must be fond of eggs. There are a number of egg-shaped carvings to be found in the garden and in the Grand Hall.
I did notice
Yeah,
that.
What's the deal with all the eggs?
Some people just like eggs.
Some people just like eggs. Asked and answered.
Freya is normally highly skilled at capturing someone's likeness, but in this painting, she has accidentally made Flora look quite young.
I think she was just being kind.
Why is that kind? Anyway, I'm far more interested in what Flora is holding. I performed the test on the red paint myself. I discovered that it was in fact not paint, but blood.
No, I
what
got
made
that.
you want to test it in the first place?
It was Poppy. She told me she thought the painting looked like a bloody knife. I told her not to be ridiculous. My mother owns no such knife. But then I noticed that the color was slightly too dark, and the substance itself was overly viscous.
You noticed that just from looking at it once?
Of course.
Yeah. I looked at it. I could tell it wasn't paint, dumbass.
Curious. This belongs to Poppy. In fact, she owns a number of cassette tapes.
Okay.
What happened to it, though?
It has
Some
been
people
left underwater
feel
for an
dysphoria.
extended period of time.
Right. But why?
I do not know why.
Well, why not?
The statue itself does not interest me, but I do wish to know about those symbols on the harp. Have you deciphered their meaning yet?
We're working on it.
We are?
I am.
I require facts. What do you know?
Well, we know Freya was stabbed with a knife, and then she fell.
Correction. She was stabbed with something. There
We
was
don't
no
know
knife
it was a
found
knife.
at the crime scene,
Apart from the one in the painting.
which, as a
Which
mere
I'm now
abstract
pretty
representation, does not
positive
count.
is a bird feather.
Nobody has ever been stabbed by the concept of a knife.
Stabbed
What
by
is your
theoretical
opinion
knife.
of Tangle Tower?
Oh, it's impressive. Elaborate gardens, unique architecture.
Must be worth a fortune.
Why do you ask, Fifi?
I am the heir of the Fellow family and the Remington family. This makes me the sole beneficiary of Tangle Tower.
That's quite an inheritance.
They can't make you do anything, Fifi. If you don't want the house, just tell them. Or just sell it. Who cares?
Who gives a shit? It's not
You
your
sound
house.
like her.
Aw. Aw, that was sad.
Fifi's bedroom should be unlocked now.
Can't wait.
Let's go. I gotta break in. Fifi's room. Soda cans.
I don't know what that drink is, but I bet it's 99% sugar.
I'd read you the ingredients, but there's nothing written on the can.
That's even worse.
That's troubling.
Fifi's got something pinned up here.
What is all this?
Let me see. What the fuck? This what? Why she? When did she do this? What? Huh?
Is Fifi trying to solve the mystery with math equations?
Maybe. Did you ever try that? Maybe it works.
Hey.
Is that supposed to be me? Why do I look so angry?
That's just the face you make when you're thinking. does make you wonder, though. When did Fifi draw all this?
Yeah, like just now?
Who is that?
No idea.
It's Detective Hawkshaw.
Yep.
And that's you, Sally.
What? I do not look like that, do I?
Maybe.
Looks like Fitz.
And
That's gotta be Flora. Did you notice who isn't on here?
Freya?
Mm-hmm. And Fifi herself.
odd. What is this?
It looks like a microscope. A big one.
Can I touch it?
I want to look at it.
I'm not sure this is a microscope.
Okay. Oh my god. Hold on. Oh, hold up. This puzzle slaps. Oh, this is a cool ass puzzle, dude. This puzzle is cool as fuck. I need to get those to line up, so it's probably something like, how big do I need to make this? Well, okay, so this has definitely got to be this part. There's no way it can be anything else. Let's slide everything out of the way here. So I feel like that's got to be it. Nope. Nope. Aw, man, I thought I had it. Hold on. I need to get these two parts to line up is the problem. Okay, so I need a zoom outy part for this. Because it's too big otherwise. This is a cool puzzle. Man, I feel like I actually had it once already and I just fucked it up. Can you leave a part without the zoom? Maybe. Because that part kind of looks like it might be the right size already. That one's too big. So do minus for this part. Okay, all right. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Do I have to like line these up so they all make the right puzzle piece? Even combined, these two are too big together. Man, I feel like I was closer at some... Hold on.
I guess that's
The four lenses all have so they must each have a specific position along.
Yeah, no, I got that. It's gotta be this one, right? Unless this is supposed to be the biggest one, which feels like that can't be it. So small, no. This has got to be this. This has got to be this, and this has got to be this. It's the only way that it makes. It's the only way that any of it makes any sense. Which means that this. I mean, I feel like that's accurate. Like this all feels correct to me. Part is thick, so maybe leave the zoom out for that one.
Nope.
You need to magnify. Looks like you might need to overlap some of the lenses.
No, I got that. that's too thick like that. So, I mean, this feels right to me on this part. How big? I wish I could get like a idea for how big it's supposed to be also. You know what? Actually, right here, if I do this, I don't need that lens there, so this can go somewhere else. Possibly on this part. Maybe like that. Zoom out for that one. Yeah, I mean, the zoom out has to be for this last part, because otherwise the rest of it's too big. Okay, maybe I should start from this end first instead of the other end. We can try to find out what works here. Because it's got to be like this, basically. It's the only way it works. So it can't be the triple. Maybe it's the double. Okay, yes, that's the double. So it must be like this. Eh?
I got it.
Hey! I want to get confirmation of whether or not I graduate this month. Oh, fuck yeah.
I'm
Hopefully you do.
impressed. Sounds like it unlocked.
Yeah, it's built on top of a little metal box. There's a book in here.
What's the book? Oh, it's a secret diary. Well, how do I get in there? Let me in. Well-used book resembling a diary. It's locked with a strange metal device. Come on, I want to snoop.
A pretty ornate window with a great view of the lake.
We're supposed to be looking for clues, not assessing the real estate value.
And over here, you'll see the owners use sheets of paper to block out all that unnecessary natural light. A simple trick, but it really transforms the space.
Bear.
You suspect! Don't think you can get out being questioned just because you're a bear.
I'm innocent, I promise.
Save it for the judge.
They're both goofballs. I love it.
Boxes of stuff.
Yep, that's a big man.
It's a magnifying glass. A big one.
How come you don't have one of those?
Why? Because I'm a detective? Should I start smoking a pipe too?
You can
Yes.
pull off a pipe.
I could pull off the pipe if I wanted to.
It's a magnifying.
How come
Why? Should I
you
start?
can pull off?
I didn't pipe if I want you. Yeah.
What's that big book on the desk?
Looks like something Fifi's been writing.
Is it a clue?
I hope not. It's just a bunch of notes about her microbiology experiments.
That still might be a clue.
What's that big book on the
Looks
desk?
like it's just a bunch
okay,
of notes about her.
nothing. Garbage can?
Stuff Fifi's thrown away.
You gonna rummage through the trash can?
No, that is quite beneath me.
No.
Thank you.
No.
I give it 5 minutes before you're in there.
I'm not sure, actually, Molo Guy. She's really good, though. She does sound kind of familiar, but I don't know.
Crystal chandeliers. Extra fancy.
I don't know. They just seem old-fashioned to me. Plus, they're kind of dusty.
Yeah. It's very good. Alright, I don't think there's anything else helpful I can find in there. Oh, it does tell me where people are. That's nice. Alright, let's break into someone else's room. Freya's room. Oh, she's dead. Well, good. Then nobody's here to stop me from snooping.
It's a little glass box.
I think it's a vivarium.
Come again?
See the leaves and twigs in there? Might have been for keeping insects.
Where'd all the insects go, then?
Just little trinkets.
Let's leave them alone.
What is
That
this?
painting is really something.
Why would you want it looming over your bed like that?
Maybe Freya enjoyed the atmosphere it creates.
The atmosphere of chaos and oppression?
Hang on. There's a smaller version down by the floor.
It's a photograph.
A small photograph of Freya's abstract painting. A piece of adhesive tape is stuck on it. Lines have been drawn with black ink around the edges. Oh, okay, so this must go somewhere then, I guess.
That painting. is
Why?
Maybe Freya.
The
Hang on. There's a
Why?
smaller.
It's a photograph.
Yeah, I saw that already, thanks.
A
Dog?
pillow with a paw print pattern.
It's a cushion.
Yeah, but that doesn't alliterate.
Eh.
It's a little wooden box for paintbrushes.
To the casual observer, maybe.
Let's look at it. Oh no.
They're not real paintbrushes. Looks like they're part of some kind of
Oh,
lock
no.
mechanism.
Oh no, really? Okay, well, here we go. Arrange the paper to find a clue. This clue is not as helpful as you all think it will be. Okay, so the first one's orange and with a short. Second one is a green paint. Does that mean short or wide? Okay, hold on. So this one's got to be this, and that's got to be this. Am I looking at this wrong?
There we go.
Oh, no.
Perfect.
Cool. That was an easy one. Oh, it is Amberly Connors. You're right. I thought it sounded familiar. Yeah, she's Android 18 in Dragon Ball Z Abridged, and also a bunch of other shit. She's also in a bunch of other shit.
Just a photograph. Well,
Does sound familiar now
most
that you
of a
mention it.
photograph.
I was trying to place it. Aw. Oh. Photograph of two young girls, one with red hair, the other with green hair. The photo has a large piece missing. It seems to have been ripped off. That old chestnut, huh?
It's a fish, I think?
I think it looks more like a whale.
Fine, it's a whale.
Could also be a shark.
Could also be shark.
Freya's plants. They must not need sunlight? Freya's plants. They must not need...
Vent.
Do you think this was always supposed to be a bedroom?
I don't know.
No.
It is kind of a weird shape.
No windows either.
Yeah.
Not the kind of lamp
No, I recognize
choose
the
for
name.
my bedroom,
I couldn't
fair
place her voice. It did sound
It's
familiar
cool.
to me.
Looks like old mining equipment or something.
Brushes, pencils...
They're clean, but they look pretty well used. That painting.
Why?
Maybe
Yeah,
Frank. There's
it's
a
Yeah.
photograph.
The photograph, I know.
painting supplies.
Do you think this was...
I don't know.
No windows either.
All right. Anything else? What's on the bed?
It's
Anything?
Freya's bed. A little bit messy.
It's a perfectly healthy amount of messy.
There.
It's Freya's
It's a perfectly healthy amount.
drawings.
What's that one on the left?
Looks like two... One of them's holding a red rose.
Aw. A drawing of a man standing with a woman in a garden. He's holding a red rose. A drawing of Fifi. A drawing of Detective Hawkshaw. Well, I mean, this is clearly Fitz and what's-her-face. The girl we haven't met yet. Alright, well, I don't think we have any unsolved puzzles in there, so that's good. What's in here? Workshop. Holy shit.
A little hand-painted statue.
How can you tell it's hand-painted?
Well, the paints are right there on the desk. Also, I mean, no offense, but you can just tell.
Oh, yeah. Well, hold on. Yellow, black, blue, and white paints were found nearby, but no red. Whoa! What the fuck? Hey, soundtrack, what's going on? What are you doing? The fact that there's no red that's nearby is interesting.
It's a drinking horn.
Is it full of ale? Or mead, maybe?
Right now, it's just full of dust.
Oh.
Gross.
Nice. A real treasure chest.
How do you know there's treasure in there?
Why else would it be locked? Plus, there's a treasure map hanging directly above it. What's the deal?
Not sure. We should check that treasure map, too.
Oop. Use the treasure map to discover the combination for the chest's padlock. X marks the spot. Okay. Tree in the distance, rock on the right, dragon on the left. It's one of those. Tree in the distance, rock on the right, no dragon though. Tree in the distance, rock on... Nope, can't be that one. How about this? Tree in the distance. Nope. Can't be that one. Tree in the distance. No, because there's no rock. Tree in the distance, rock on the right, dragon on the left. I mean, this one works. So 4i maybe. 4i north. Tree in the distance, rock on the right, dragon on the left. It could be 6h north or 6h west. Let me try that. I think that one looks more accurate. 6 or h6 west.
That's done it.
Booyah.
Neat.
Is this a sequel? Yeah, so what I read is that this is like the third game in a series technically,
What was
but
in the
it doesn't
box?
have like a name.
More
The
wooden
series.
models. These are a little
And I think the other
different to
games
the
are
one on the
like
desk.
quite a bit older too. Yeah, that's what I had looked into it a while ago. A model resembling a child with green hair, a model resembling a woman with gray hair, a model resembling a red and white bird, a model resembling a broad-shouldered man. The wooden models have been hand-painted. The paint is not skillfully applied. A pot of red paint and a brush is laying nearby. The brush has some dried red paint on it. Okay, so yes, that proves that that feather, it's not a knife that she's holding, but a feather up at the top. Or I mean, it doesn't prove that, but it certainly implies that to me. Hello?
Sir? Can you hear me? I'm Private Detective Grimoire. I have some questions for you.
Grimoire. Good mysterious name. I'd rather like it.
Thanks.
Felix Fellow at your beck and call.
And, this is my colleague, Sally.
Yeah, that's a perfectly good name as well.
Thanks.
If you would, Mr. Fellow, we really need to ask you about the murder.
Well, I must say I'm rather jealous of you two.
Oh, yeah?
Why?
Why's that?
Out here solving mysteries, exploring new places, uncovering secret rooms, hidden treasures. That's what life is all about.
Secret rooms?
Secret rooms?
Generally speaking,
Secret rooms? You got a
that
secret
sort
room?
of thing.
Call that a knife? This is a knife. Can't tell what that emoji is from this distance. So what's up?
Felix, what exactly do you...
Do.
Is it not obvious? I'm an explorer. Explorer / treasure hunter. Yes, well, best in the world.
We're talking like curse statues, spike pits.
It's a little more sophisticated than that. But I've certainly seen
You
my
a wood
share
carver?
of danger, if that's what you're asking.
And, if I may ask, when did you retire?
You listen here. I may be between ventures right now, but it's simply not in my nature to stay in one place for too long. I go wherever the winds of destiny take me.
Don't you live here with your wife and daughter?
Yes, well, the Fellow family has certain loyalties, and with Flora the way she is,
Nothing wrong with raising a family, Mr. Fellow.
don't misunderstand me. Fiona and Flora are my entire world. They are the greatest treasure of all.
Uh-huh.
Where were you
Why
yesterday?
on earth would you want to know about that?
The murder of Freya Fellow. The reason we're here?
Ah, right. Nasty business. Very unfortunate. I regret that I can't be of any help, but I wish you all the best in your investigation.
Hear that,
Uh-huh.
Grimoire? We're done here. Let's go.
It's a simple question, Felix. I'm sure you're up to it.
Well, there's not much to tell. Mostly, I was in my room by myself.
Yeah, a lot of
working
people
on
said that. At least one of them is lying.
Working on a project.
Your room is quite close to Flora's tower. You didn't hear anything unusual?
What qualifies as unusual?
What have you got?
The sound of your daughter being stabbed.
It was dusk. A feeling lingered.
They all have
near.
FF names? Yes, it seems
Malevolent?
that way. I'm
Perhaps.
betting when we talk to
One
the
certain
other family, they're all gonna have
has life
PP names.
itself.
Abridged version, please.
Right. I heard someone heading down the stairs, just outside my room. The footsteps were calm, orderly, so I thought nothing of
Orderly.
it. Shortly afterward, I heard a second set of footsteps, going the same way. This time I could tell just from the sound that something was wrong. So I looked out into the hallway. I got a glimpse of Poppy disappearing down the staircase to the floor below. Didn't know what to make of it, to be honest. I thought perhaps she'd had a disagreement with Fitz, as I know those two are close. So I looked into his room, just in case, but it was empty, as was the garden beyond his window. Back in the hallway,
there's a garden beyond his
I bumped
window.
into a very concerned-looking Penelope. She was heading up Fellow Tower to find Professor Pointer, so I escorted her. We went into Flora's room. Poor Freya was laying on the floor. Fiona, Poppy, Fitz, and Pointer were there already. Flora, too, of course. Soon enough, everyone else made their excuses and left.
Including you?
Not I. I stayed. Flora needed me.
Uh-huh.
Dearest Flora, a remarkable woman. Yes. Been married over 20 years.
His fucking
now.
vocalizations are funny.
You two still get
I
on?
love him.
Of course. What a question.
She hasn't gone quiet on you.
It's true she has an independent streak. She's
But,
had it her whole life. She's the youngest of 3. Always something of a lone wolf, you know? Just the way she is.
Lone wolf is putting it lightly. She doesn't seem to want to talk to anyone.
She just likes time to herself, away from the company of other humans.
Other humans?
Well, yes, other people, you know.
She likes birds. Just tell me she likes birds,
Quite the
goddammit.
character, eh? A fellow member of the Order of the Crimson Cloak.
Is that a real thing?
No, I just meant because we both wear, you know, red capes.
No, I got
of the
that.
sort.
Has she questioned you yet?
If you call that questioning, she seemed bored by everything I had to say. I heard on the grapevine. Supposedly Hawkshaw is searching for some rare item.
No, I got that.
Something called the Golden Beetle.
Oh.
Honestly, it's probably a bunch of sensationalist rubbish.
You reckon?
Quite sure. There is no treasure called the Golden Beetle.
How do you know?
Because I would have heard of it.
Because it's mine with its treasure, and I'm a treasure man.
You're the one currently basking in his presence. You tell me.
Let's move on.
Uncommonly skilled as an artist, but Freya was so much more than her talent. She helped me get started with my own painting, you know. It taught me what she knew about wood carving, too. Tremendous patience. She was ever so good with dear Flora.
Freya and Flora were close?
Oh, yes, especially recently.
How are you related to Freya?
Somewhat distantly, as it happens. My father, Lord Fellow, was her grandfather. Technically, that makes her a fellow. Let's just say there was some discussion over whether she ought to carry the name at all. There's a family tree in the Grand Hall. You should take a look at it.
What about her inheritance?
Freya's parents died when she was around 3 years old. She came to live here shortly afterwards.
Nobody left her a thing?
I'm afraid not.
So
She had no formal claim over anything at Tangle Tower.
Weird.
My daughter Fiona, our little burgeoning genius. You've met her?
We did. She's going by Fifi these days.
So I've heard. I asked her some weeks ago, what's wrong with your real name? She told me, get this, she wanted a name with an even number of syllables. She makes up the strangest things when she's under pressure.
What makes you think she made that up?
I happen to know the real reason she prefers Fifi over Fiona.
Is it because
Oh,
Freya
yeah?
called her that?
That's what Freya called?
Yeah, I thought so.
Fitz? I don't trust him. He's slippery. Never commits to anything. brain like an onion.
An onion?
Did you two have an argument?
What?
No, but my daughter doesn't like him at all. And I trust Fiona's judgment entirely. She's a very vigilant young woman.
Weird. Oh, fuck you. I have so much shit.
Ah, you found it. What do you think, huh? I had to rush the
Painting needs
final
work.
touches a little bit. It turned out all right, though.
What's it supposed to be?
It's Flora, of course.
Yep.
Surrounded by all her favorite people.
Are you not one of those people? That sucks. I'm sorry, man.
I've been carving for a
Oh,
couple
it's
of
not.
years
It is
now.
not
I
him.
was hoping
He is
that's
not
where I
one of her
started,
favorite
but It didn't
people.
take me long to
One of her favorite
master
people is a
it,
bird.
as you can see.
Do you paint them yourself too?
I do indeed. Freya kindly taught me the basics. Nowadays, I can make just about anything I can imagine. Of course, this particular model is a self-portrait based on hard fact.
Hard fact, huh? So, you own a sword, Felix?
Of course, I own a great many. But
Many
my weapons are
swords.
stored well away from Tangle Tower. Safety first and all that.
I own so many swords. But they go to school in Canada. You'll never meet them.
That's one of Freya's paintings, is it not? It's impressive, but a little miserable for my tastes.
Wow, rude.
My daughter Fiona and her best friend, they grow up so fast.
Do you know why it's ripped like that?
Ah, yes. I didn't even notice. No idea.
I don't believe you.
Freya was quite the talent. She had a way of capturing the spirits of her subjects. Not in an evil way. In a good
I
way.
didn't think you meant it in an evil way. I didn't think she was fucking painting people into, like, paintings. What do you mean? Paints.
Looks like Freya's paints.
Do you know why the pots are cracked down one side?
No, that's very odd. They're normally in excellent condition.
You seem pretty sure about that.
I use some of them.
Why would someone lock up a book like that?
We think it's a secret diary.
Aha! Teenagers are funny, aren't they?
Yeah, man.
Where did
Birds.
you find that?
It
Bird.
was in the library.
Really? How odd.
I got rid of all the bird books, burnt them
I've
myself.
never seen that before. Looks valuable. That looks like it might belong to Fitz.
Yes?
Why don't you ask Fiona about that one? Looks like her area of expertise. It's unlike her to leave paint on the brush.
I think we'll give her a pass, given the circumstances.
No.
Yes, so we shall. That looks like it might belong to Poppy. Flora's quite fond of that old thing.
Gramophone.
It's in poor shape, though.
Yeah, it
Do you know what
fucking
happened to it?
exploded. What happened?
Can't say I do.
Egg.
Does Lauren normally keep something in here?
She must do, but I admit I've never managed to work out what.
Why not just ask her?
I feel like if somebody keeps something locked away in a ceramic egg, it's because they don't want to be asked about it.
I mean, that's fair.
Rules to live by.
That's fair.
It would have been a beautiful painting. It's rather a shame Freya was unable to finish it.
Nothing about it seems strange to you.
Well, all these modern paintings are slightly strange, aren't they? The emotion of the piece taking over from, say, anatomical accuracy.
What about the knife in Flora's hand?
A
That's
knife?
not a
That's
knife.
what you see?
You don't?
Well,
No.
as I was saying, Freya's artistic approach distorts certain shapes. Hard to say exactly what we're looking at.
It's a bird feather. I know it's a bird feather. Why is everybody trying to convince me it's not a bird feather?
I'm as confused as you are. That looks like it might belong to Poppy.
Yep.
Rather ugly, isn't it, as far as statues go? Years of wind and rain have not been kind to it either.
Do you know what it is? The creature, I mean.
It's connected to the
What if it's
Remington
not a feather? I
family
know it's a
history
bird
in some
feather.
way.
I've seen a picture of a red bird with a blood-like pattern on its tail. A white and red bird. I know it's a bird
What's
feather.
this?
It's my case file. It's how I know what I'm supposed to be doing.
You mean to say you're bound by the limits of what's written in this little document? Sounds dreadful.
I find it comforting.
Weird.
Charming, isn't it? Yes. Built by the Remington family originally. Dear Flora's father and his associates.
But now it's owned by you? By the Fellow family?
The Fellows and the Pointers have both come to claim a certain degree of ownership.
Is a
And
half.
you named it Tangle Tower.
Flora chose the name.
What does it mean?
I think it was her intention that it mean nothing at all. Something of a fresh start.
From what?
This really isn't for me to say, but she had some kind of disagreement with her siblings. After they moved away, Flora changed
I'm gonna check
the
out
name
that.
of the house.
I need to check out that
I
family
think
tree
perhaps
again.
She hoped it would make them feel unwelcome. Yes, less likely to come back.
Wow.
That's kind of extreme.
Yes, it is rather, isn't it?
I love the way he talks. Alright, I have a lot of bullshit, and you've told me
There's
basically.
something about Felix's painting supplies. Something suspicious.
I
Let's ask him
agree.
about it.
There's something about the image of Flora in the painting. Something suspicious.
Let's ask her about it.
Hey, what's up, fucko? I've got
So-
suspicion.
About this paint we found in your room.
Nothing suspicious about it. I used it to paint, obviously. Totally normal thing to do.
I mean,
We never
fair.
said it was suspicious.
Come on, then. Out with it. What exactly are you accusing me of?
It's not your paint pot.
It's not your paint pot. Did you take it from somewhere else?
What on earth? It's definitely mine.
No, it's not.
I
It's
even have
it's
proof.
Freya's.
Look, the lid matches the ones on all my other paint pots. End of discussion.
That's not the end of the discussion.
We need a clue to compare with Felix's red paint. Something to prove who it actually belongs to.
Yeah, I have that. It's called Freya's paint.
Let's take a closer look at this.
Oh, they do have a different lid. Hold on. Oh, I see. His lids are different than Freya's lids, and this is... Well, hold on. Freya's red paint pot is full of... Felix's paintbrush was broken by... was stolen... is exactly the same as... Felix's red paint pot. But the lids were swapped to hide it. Oh, you're right. These are a different color. Okay, yes, I understand now.
Freya's red paint pot is exactly the same as Felix's red paint pot, but the lids were swapped to hide it. Almost.
Oh, is that
Maybe
it?
just-
Was stolen and replaced by...
Freya's
There we
red
go.
paint pot was stolen and replaced with Felix's red paint pot, but the lids were swapped to hide it.
That red paint is from Freya's supplies, not yours. Swapping the lids doesn't hide what you did.
Why are you bothering me about paint anyway?
Because one of them is
None of
blood.
this is connected to your murder.
One of them is blood. This red paint pot was somehow filled with blood before Freya used it to paint Flora.
This red paint pot was somehow filled with blood before Freya used it to paint Flora.
Yeah.
Oh, that's definitely something.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Fine. Here's the story. I was busy working on a project when I suddenly realized I had run out of red paint.
Uh-huh.
There was a certain amount of time pressure. So I politely asked Freya if I could borrow hers. Just for a little while, you know. Perfectly reasonable request.
Yeah, I mean,
But
it
she
is.
said no.
I tried to explain why I needed it, but she didn't seem to care. So, well, I took Freya's red paint pot and swapped it with my own empty one.
You went into her room?
Not my proudest moment.
No.
But it's just paint. I didn't touch anything else.
And the paint pot you left behind was definitely empty?
Quite. I have absolutely no idea how it got blood in it, if that's what you're asking.
Why were you in such a hurry to get a hold of red paint anyway?
Had to paint a bird.
I was trying to finish this in time for Flora's birthday. I needed red to paint the final details.
Of the
Could
bird.
you not have just used a different color?
Out of the question. It had to be red and white.
That's
You
the
managed
color
to
of the
finish it.
bird.
Why haven't you given it to Flora yet?
Well, I decided against it in the end. After what happened. Seemed a bit, insensitive.
Yeah. Alright, let's go fucking accuse Flora of some murder, huh? Hey, lady.
So, this painting, specifically that knife in Flora's hand,
Yeah, it's creepy.
It's not actually a
But
knife,
we
it's a
didn't
bird feather.
Find a knife anywhere in the room.
That's because it's
So,
not a
what's
knife.
going on?
It's a bird feather. It's the feather of a bird. It's not a knife.
it's not a knife. We need a clue to compare with the painting. Something to explain what that knife shape actually is.
It's a bird feather! It's a feather of a bird!
Let's take a closer look at this.
The painted knife is actually just a feather from an ink dip
The
bird.
painted knife is actually just
It's a bird feather!
from an ink dip bird.
It's definitely the right shape, but the book's not in color. The thing Flora's holding in the painting is red and white, specifically. Is there anything to suggest that the ink dip bird is red and white too?
Yes! The painted models.
This little thing? I don't understand why Felix would make a model of this bird as part of a gift for Flora.
She likes
and Come
bird.
to think of it, why would Flora be holding a feather in the painting anyway?
She likes the bird. The ink dip bird was Flora's pet, so she kept a single feather to remember it by. Oh, her bird
The
died.
ink dip bird
Aw.
was Flora's pet, so she kept a single feather to remember it by.
Aw.
She kept the bird as a pet. And it died?
Maybe it flew away.
Flora spends all her time staring out the window.
Either way, she kept the feather. I think it was pretty important to her.
Alright, so she was holding the feather while Freya was painting her. But where is it now? You'd think she'd keep it somewhere close by.
Yeah, I think she does. Normally.
Oh, she keeps
This
it
is where
inside that
Flora
fucking
usually
egg.
Keeps her feather.
Keeps it inside the egg.
That we opened it. It's empty.
Mm-hmm. Completely empty.
Are you gonna say words?
She's pointing at something in the corner of the room.
It's just a pile of books. They're not... Wait, there's something tucked inside this one.
What is it? Is it? There's a handwritten message on the back. These are for you, love Freya. Aw. Oh, so she raised this fucking bird. What is the? Oh, that's just my. Okay.
The whole room is a strange.
Yeah, there might be a reason for that.
I feel like you're probably still not gonna talk. Alright, well, I'm gonna call it there for now. But this game is really fun. Is this a hint button to tell me where to go next? I'm assuming I'm just gonna keep going to the rooms I haven't been to yet until I have more clues. I still don't know who did it. I mean, obviously, I just don't have enough info for that yet. The only one we've heard about maybe having a knife is this dipshit, but I don't trust the detective because she lied about her microscope for some reason. Or she lied about her microscope being a telescope, which is literally the opposite. We should check out all the rooms in Tangle Tower. Yeah, obviously. How do I save? Is that a thing? Can I save? Autosave is on. Oh. Hey, that's how you full screen. How was I supposed to know that? Whatever. So yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good night, and we'll catch you... What's tomorrow? Oh, we'll catch you tomorrow for 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.